I talked to you guys about all-in-two nappies. You've also just caught me halfway through housework. I was cleaning the bathrooms. I've done dusting, and that's the job I hate the most. So I've just done bathrooms. We're going to look at all-in-two nappies. Now, this is Ask Me Anything Much. The idea behind these is that you get to see the inside of my lovely home, but also ask me any questions you've got. It doesn't matter what they are. So I'll go through the all-in-twos, and then you can ask me all your questions at the end, and I'll answer them to the best of my abilities. And if I don't know, I just come back and answer them within an hour or so. All right, so I'll go through the all-in-twos. If you've done any sort of research on cloth nappies on Google, you've probably stopped and got yourself a wine to get back into it. It's quite overwhelming. And all-in-two nappies are the most popular style of cloth nappy because they're really awesome. They're really great. They take the old pre-fold and cover and just give it a really modern twist to make it easier. So I thought we could go through some of the brands we have at Apicali because they sort of are similar to a lot of other brands around the place as well. And you can start, and I'll talk about how to choose an all-in-two cloth nappy that would suit you. And then you can go away and digest all the information. So I'll start with one we all know probably really, really well. There it is. The Baby Bear all-in-two. So Baby Bear snaps across the front. Okay, has 3 snaps across each side, and it can overlap. Some brands won't let you overlap the snaps on the waist, okay? Allowing you to overlap the snaps can give you a tighter fit around the waist if you have a skinny bub who has a big bum or chubby thighs or whatever you might need, all right? And especially on newborns can help you make a much smaller waist. All right, so Baby Bear is snapped through the front and has 4 rise settings, so 3 snap downs and fully open. It's inside, okay, there's no double gussets on a Baby Bear. It's an enclosed elastic. Okay, it comes with 2 inserts. They're both 3-4 layers of 450 GSM bamboo, so 3 layers. This hourglass one snaps in at the front. So when you're looking at your all-in-twos, have a look at where it snaps in, okay? Are you happy to, do you want to snap in at the back? Do you want to snap in at the front? Does it have 4 snaps around? So have a look at where it snaps in. And as we go along, you'll see where different ones snap in. So Baby Bear snaps in at the front. And you get 2 inserts. The top of this one has a stay dry layer, which is suede cloth. Again, you're going to come into choice. What do you want against baby skin? Baby Bear lets you choose between bamboo or suede cloth, which is pretty good. Because you get 2 inserts, you can use, I'm just going to sit down, you can use one for a newborn. So you get 2 inserts at the newborn stage, and then as Bub gets older, you can use both as they wee more. Alrighty, and look, if you think you need elastic at the front or elastic at the back, Baby Bear has, majority have elastic at the back, so they got elastic at the back. Some might have elastic at the front. Your choice. None of these features make any nappy better or worse than the other. It's just a whole heap of different features that you can decide, oh, yes, that's important to me. No, it's not. All right, so that's Baby Bear. Okay, so 2 inserts. Really absorbent bamboo. It's not a cheap bamboo. So a lot of the really cheap options you see out there is like a 200, 250 GSM bamboo. To get more absorbency, you've got to add more of those in, which makes the nappy bulkier. So if you get a 400 plus, you've got a really great absorbent bamboo, which keeps the trimness of the nappy. Alrighty. And of course, Baby Bear comes in pull or minky. So let's have a look at, okay, we'll look at this one. This one's Twinkle Lily. Okay, this is a sized all-in-two. The benefit of sized is you don't have to muck around with snapping up, down, up, down, up, down. It just goes on. Okay, you don't have to think about it. Baby Bear had the encased elastic. Okay, which means it's encased and it's it is quite easy to replace this sort of elastic thing encased. All right. Twinkle Lily has what? Rolled, it's called something else. If I've got somebody, they'll let me know. Rolled elastic. Okay, so when you put it on, bub, you got to make sure when you pull through the groin, none of the white is showing. All right, so you just roll it in. Now the insert on this one, and this is popular with a few other brands, Bubble Bubs, yes. So trifold and then an extra insert. But on Twinkle Lily, the extra insert is attached to the trifold. All right, so you got all that absorbency in there. Now the benefit of sized is, especially on the newborns, depending on what the nappy is, sometimes that trifold can be quite bulky at the newborn stage, all right, unless you have a larger bubba. Brands that separate the inserts apart, like the Baby Bear, you can just get 2 changes, okay, so that saves you money as well. All right, so that's Twinkle Lily. It's also, some all-in-twos, the cover is lined. So this one's lined with microfleece. Baby Bear's lined with suede cloth. Neither of these are better than the other. They're both a polyester and a stay dry layer. As you go along, you'll see that some have no lining. Okay, let's go with side snapping. All right, so this is the Baby Bear Teddy. This one's side snapping, which means you size generally through the wing here. If you just come on, say hello. All right, so you size it through the wing. It fits from about 4 or 5 kilos up to 16 plus, depending on the size and shape of your kid. It's also an all-in-two. All right, but you can see the difference here. It's big one, long tongue. One big long for absorbency. Hi, Stephanie, welcome. All right, so this one's a big tongue. It's snapped at the back. Okay, so the Baby Bear before that we looked at was, hi Lee, was snapped at the front. All right, what's the benefit of each one? So snapping at the front means your absorbency is always at the front, okay? It can't move down. It's always going to stay there, all right? So there's the front of the nappy. It's always going to stay there. So when you pull up through the groin, your absorbency is going to stay where it needs to stay, and that's at the front. That's fabulous for boys. If it's at the back, sometimes if that insert is not long enough as you pull up, you will find that it'll be a bit short at the front for a boy, all right, or a girl who sleeps on her tummy. So it won't come all the way up. We found that with a few brands with our boys, when we pulled it up through their groin, it sort of stopped just above their willy instead of going up a bit further and giving some more absorbency up the front of the nappy. So if you're looking at that, look at the insert. So what we like about the Teddy is you can actually put more absorbency and move the length of the absorbency that's in the cover as bub grows. So when they're small, you can fold it in half, okay, and that'll be fine. But as they grow and you start pulling through the groin more, you can lengthen this out and make it longer, which is something I quite like. All right, and this one's also lined with suede cloth. All right, you want to look at another side snapping one. So this one was a 1 size, and you sized through the wings, okay? Baby behinds do a side snapping, but it's sized. My feet are going to sleep, but it's sized, okay? Still sized through the wings, but it's very trim through the crotch. Alrighty. It's also lined with a suede cloth, which is quite soft, okay? And the insert is unique. It has a top layer of microfleece. Okay, snaps at the back. And because it's sized, this insert's always going to fit. So you don't have to worry about those issues with a 1 size of it not possibly reaching all the to the front. So have a look at the inserts and make sure it's going to cover them from start to end. In the baby behinds, they have this really thing that looks like a bit of a jellyfish. All right, so this is just extra bamboo. Abigail's snoring. I don't know if you can hear her. You can see a little butt. All right. Okay, so you can change the absorbency on this where you need it. So if you've got a boy, you need it at the front, you can put it at the front and you get all that absorbency, all right, or for a girl. But what I want you to take away from this is side snaps are usually sized through the wings. You can get sized and one size, all right. Again, you can see this is encased elastic on the baby bear, and this one is rolled on the baby behind's petite, and it's very trim through the crotch, very trim. You can usually get a much trimmer nappy with a sized option than one size, okay? But what someone thinks is trim may be to someone else really bulky, okay? So it's about you testing it on your child. Next. Oh, Grover, the new woodland print. Okay, so Grover is very popular. Okay, this one is the snap cover. They sell their snaps and inserts separately. The idea with Grover is that you can reuse the cover and use 2 inserts, all right? What's unique about their inserts is they come in organic cotton or no prep, which is microfiber. The back of them, so there's the front, the back of them has a waterproof layer. That's what makes them very unique. Where if you look at your baby bear, you can reuse the cover if it's not wet or soiled, all right? If they've just wet this bit, you can reuse the cover. But see how you go. If you leave it on, you've got to wash the whole nappy, all right? So if you're looking for economy, a brand where you can reuse the cover more often will save you money. So I know some of the more expensive brands, if you might buy more inserts to the cover, it's going to cost the same amount as your baby bear, single nappies. All right, so here we go. So I've talked about where they snap in. So we've shown they snap at the front, at the back, front and back. This one for Grovire, the fat end, you can actually see there's a fat end and a thinner end. There's 2 snaps, one at the front, at the back, and one at the front. And they're good snaps too. Now, got to watch my girl. Grovire have a 3-rise setting, so 2 snap down and fully open. Now, unlike the baby bear, okay, or those brands that separate the inserts out, so this is your insert and that's all of it. I've snapped it down to the newborn. All right. You've got to get all that material into the nappy for a newborn. All right. Okay, so that's your newborn stage. Okay, and you can cross over the hooks, which is great too, to make a smaller waist and a nice little leg. All right, so all that material in that insert goes into that nappy. So you got to think about with the baby bear, you get 2 inserts. All right, you can just use 1 for the newborn stage if you're going to do it from the newborn stage. Don't forget to say hello if you tune in. All right, so there's something to think about there if you're using it from the very, very early stages. Still fits well, but it's a bit more bulky. What if I snap down the baby bear? I can show you. This applies to all the brands. These are just things for you guys to think about when you're making your decisions on your purchase. None is better or worse than the other. It really becomes down to your personal preference. Oops, wrong way. So there's your baby bear. All right, so you can see it's a little bit trimmer through here. All right, it's a bit trimmer. Okay, so have a look. So look at what age you're using it from. Okay, that's great for 3+. Okay, but if you want a very trim nappy, look maybe at a newborn nappy or prefolds and a cover. Alrighty, so that one snaps in with 2. Teething toddler, yes, Stephanie. Yeah. Feeding Bob, that's great, Lee. I love that. I love that thought. Alrighty, next one. This one is close. I really like this green at the moment. Okay, so this is Close, really popular brand, and I want to show you how this one's different. Okay, so still an all-in 2. It's got its very modern wash tabs that hide away. You can tuck them away and not get it all stuck in the washing. Oh, Nikki, 2 teeth. Oh, that hurts. All right, so So you see I'm not very delicate with the nappies. I do be quite rough with them. Now, close is Velcro only closing. So you got the choice of snap or Velcro, all right? Now, it's got 4 rise settings, okay? So 3 to snap down, okay, where the Grow Via only had 3. It just gives you more, with more rise settings, it lets you, gives you a bit more customization in the fit. That's it really. It doesn't really say one nappy is better than the other. Okay, now Grow Via has 4, it snaps in at 4 places. So 2 at the front, okay, and 2 at the back. All right, so when you're choosing what sort of snapping you want, do you want 2 snaps like Grow Via, 2 snaps at the front or back, a baby bear or baby behinds, or 4 with Grow Via? They also have 2 inserts. Okay, there is a little bit of absorbency in close in this part here as well. All right, bit of the minky that they use. So there's a bit of absorbency in there. So you can reuse the covers if this isn't all wet and soaked. Okay, so because it's got the absorbency, you can't exactly reuse the cover. But with 2 inserts, you can fold this one different ways, particularly for boys, and it's a nice dense bamboo. Fold it up for boys. So if you got more, if you got the loose inserts, you got more chances to customize the absorbency, whereas the Grow Via, that's it. You can't change that. That's how it is. Where your close and your baby bear and your others, you can alter. Okay, so you can buy more inserts. So the benefit of buying more inserts, so an extra one of these, is this dries really quickly, okay? And these usually take 1 day, maybe half a day, 2 days in winter, all right? And you can switch them, use this more often while these are drying. And these are usually half the price of the nappy, usually. So you get your much cheaper changes than looking at the whole price of the nappy, because the whole price of a close is $38-ish, all right? Can make the heart palpitate a little bit, all right? But one of these is about $18, okay? So there's a change. You're looking at the number of changes, unless you love the nappies and keep buying them. All right, and last thing I want to show you is, this is more popular in America and Canada, and I'm on a mission to do it in Australia, what they call wipeable covers, all right? So baby behinds with their covers and their fitteds, you just have about 6 covers to all the nappies, and you reuse the cover and you can wipe it clean, all right? So this one's wipe cleanable, whereas a lot of the all-in-twos on the market aren't wipe cleanable, okay? So wipe cleanable means you can have as many of these inserts to the cover. So this one's bunnies. Their inserts are organic cotton on one side, so a natural fibre, or stay dry on the other, and they snap in with 1. All right, snaps in at the front, and you're off and running. So there's only 1 snap, and that's what I quite like. Okay, you don't have 4 snaps or 2 snaps, you just chuck it in, and it's at the front. So when you pull it up, your absorbency is always at the front for boys or front sleeping girls. So the benefit of a wipeable cover is when Bub does their business, you have 2 covers and you rotate them throughout the day, snap it out, that goes in the wash, that gets hung, grab a freshie, snap it in, off you go. That's the idea. So again, it's about less covers. The whole nappies are always going to cost more, always. But buying more inserts is going to save you money and brings down the cost of your purchase, okay, or whatever you buy. And if you need more in a hurry, okay, they're the brands. They represent majority of the other brands on the market. If you want me to talk about something specific, whack it up. I don't mind. I've used a lot of them, seen them, played with them. It can hurt the brain sometimes. All right. Now, what is also awesome about all-in-two nappies is the cover. You take out the insert, you've got the cover. So unlike pockets or particularly all-in-ones, sometimes you can't use the cover for something else. Some pockets can be very narrow through the crotch, all right? Quite a few all-in-twos have a wider crotch, which is really good if you want to use pre-folds. So if you find, you know, you're just not getting ahead on the washing, bub's sick for whatever reason, you can whack a pre-fold in, but you do have to make sure you got the width through the crotch. Now, the baby bear isn't as wide, say the close. It's a bit wider on the close. Can I show you? Yeah, it's quite a bit wider. Okay, on the close. So close would be a great cover to use with pre-folds or flats. So even if you've got some flats hanging around, you can use those in your covers. Okay, which makes the all-in-two really versatile and really, really practical, and can save you a lot of money. Even if you run out of flats or pre-folds, because you know you got 3 kids in cloth and you're just going nuts, use your tea towels, use your washers. Okay, your covers. Okay, you need a really good cover, and that will save the day. Okay, so there's the all-in-twos. There's a huge range. So I'll quickly summarize things to think about when you're looking at which all-in-two you want to get. Things to think about when you're choosing your all-in-two. Do you want one size, okay, or a sized option? All right, size will always be trimmer. In between these two, all right, so if you don't like the thought of the snap down, up, down, all right, and you don't like the thought of the size because it's going to cost a little bit more to get started, there's 2 sized options, okay, which makes it just trimmer at the newborn stage and trimmer as they get older. And what you remember, as they get older, you don't need as many nappies. Okay, so think about which that you want. Okay, then do you want a cover that has a lining on it so the pool is not exposed at all, so you can get the micro fleece or the sway cloth, or do you want a wipeable cover? It is more likely you can't reuse this cover that has a lining as much as this one. All right, this one will save you more money. Oh, do you want the front sizing? The front size. Oh, come back here, baby bear. So do you want the front size, or do you want the side snapping? Okay, what's the other decision? So the side snapping. And then how much do you want to mess around with putting the snaps in? So do you want 1 snap, 2 snap, 4 snaps? Think about how that goes in, and think about, you know, late at night, is this what I really want to be doing? And then snap or Velcro closure, and then material. Once you work out sort of what you want, the material, it will come quite easily. There is so many different types, okay? But make sure you have a longevity for you, and think about your budget and your materials that you prefer. Alrighty, I can't think of anything else. I think that's it. And if you want to use your pre-folds and flats, get one with a wider crotch. Okay, and then you'll be able to use your pre-folds and flats very easily. Double gussets are great as well, particularly with your pre-folds and flats. Wish everyone a lovely, lovely weekend. Just relax. If you had a week like mine, I'm just putting my feet up. I'm not working too hard. All right. If you've got any questions, post them below. I'll be back on later this afternoon. You can ask any questions you like. Ask if you want to talk about other brands. I'm happy to do that as well. So any questions, pop them in the group. We will talk soon. Have a great weekend.